Greetings, initiates. It has been quite a while. So it's been a couple months since I've made a video of my own. My health has been kind of up and down for the last couple months, been very difficult for me to do much of anything, but I've been doing combining physical therapy. I just started some acupuncture. Things are starting to kind of head in the right direction with that. So as long as that holds up, I keep feeling better, then I should be able to continue to make more videos and add to the channel like has been my plan. So here we are. A lot has happened since I've done any kind of video on here. So this is just an update about just massive things that have happened with my methodologies with the business and things like that. So the first thing that I did, you may have seen some of the testimonials that were posted, is that I did a large scale case study, and that was probably about 10 people hopped on that. And basically what that was to test if I change or if I fix one trauma, in this case, the biggest trauma of their life, what is the one-to-one correlation with how much better they feel, or the differences or the changes or whatnot. And so basically, prior to that case study, I had never done just like one shift on someone. I've never just done like one trauma shift or one belief shift or, just like one little thing and then like see what happens afterwards. And so this was basically a way for me to start tying one-to-one correlation with, okay, if I change this thing, what happens in the real world? Because basically, prior to that case study, people just came to me with problems and I fixed the problems, and then that was that. But I did a lot of different things to actually fix those problems. So it's usually a lot more involved. And this was intentionally holding back to see basically that. And there was a lot of very interesting data that I got from that case study. So first off, um, basically people got helped a lot more than I thought they would, because what I had kind of expected up front was that I would fix a trauma, and then like a lot of their other traumas would start to surface, and then they would need that kind of, fixed as well. And in some cases that did happen, but in some cases, just me shifting one trauma was enough for them to um, really, radically change their views of the world and release some of like the most painful stuff that they've dealt with. Of course, if they, want to do more work and want to do more optimization, that's definitely something that we can do. But just being able to shift that one trauma in the participants was a very massive benefit to them in their lives. And basically, based on that data, I'm going to start offering just kind of like one trauma removal by itself as a service. So what that will do is basically you'll get an experience of working with me, an experience of working with one of my methodologies for, removing trauma. And then you can, that'll be, cheaper than like a full session and whatnot. So you'll be able to kind of test the waters, see how it goes. And then if you want to work more long term with me, you absolutely can. Now, as I had mentioned in kind of the case study testimonial channel, I just made a few minute video right around that time. The biggest and most shocking correlation that I found with doing the case study is that when I would change somebody's past and fix it and get rid of the trauma, something happened in the real world as a one-to-one correlation directly challenging the thing that I fixed. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is somehow, some way, whatever mechanism behind it is, my work has some kind of spiritual component to it. Now, you could call it the law of attraction, you could call it vibration, you could call it a number of different things, but the amount of evidence that I have that the world is not how we think it is very clearly spelled out from that case study. And basically that's a pattern that's carried over from basically everyone I worked with. It's just I just never knew what it was that was causing it. I thought maybe it was the belief shifting or something else, but it's actually the trauma removal that causes this. Like, let's say um, one of the participants, their brother had committed suicide like many years ago, and then a few days after I fixed that trauma, boom, out of the blue, never happened before, cold caller, telemarketer calls looking for that deceased brother. Totally weird, right? But that's happened in a lot of different ways and a lot of different people's. If you want to look kind of, I said a few more instances of that in that short little video if you want to take a look. But regardless of basically how you want to describe the mechanism behind it, it means that I'm operating on levels that I had previously not realized I was operating on. I kind of had an inkling of it, but there's actually a very strong spiritual component to the work that I'm doing. Now, following that, in the last couple of months as well, I've had to actually fix problems I never thought I would have to fix, right? So basically, I think by the time I made my last videos about like updates and whatnot, I had been able to fix multiple personalities, and I ended up fixing another one, and that's actually greatly expanded my um, knowledge base on what causes multiple personalities. Because before I thought it was trauma, and with this recent one that I fixed, I believe it's actually a different mechanism. It's like the same mechanism, but your body processes it in a different way. So instead of creating a trauma, it then creates a multiple personality. Whereas before I had thought that basically if you like, let's say 99 traumas, you're fine. And then like you have 100th trauma and then boom, and then it creates another personality. And that was kind of like my thinking. And that's actually probably not the case. And as I fix more of that, I'll have a lot more information on it. But basically it's fixable, it's repeatable, right? So I'd only done it once before, now I've done it twice. It is a repeatable process, and I can fix multiple personalities. Now, another thing that I've had to come up with is something that I don't really know how to classify. I call it soul imprints. You might liken it to karma, you might liken it to curses is another kind of corollary, but it's basically when somebody else's psyche creates an imprint on you, like an energetic imprint. And it's not sentient, it's just like their reality just attaches itself to you. And basically I figured out how to fix that. And which is kind of funny because like my fix for it is actually very similar to the ancient Hindu fix for it, which I didn't find out till afterwards, but I just kind of like figured out the right way to fix it. And they have their own kind of theories about where it comes about. I believe it can come about from other people directly. I believe it can be passed down genetically. And there's kind of like a lot of different circumstances that cause that to happen. Now, the one thing I don't understand is the mechanism behind it, like why it actually happens to begin with. Because um, what I've noticed in, say, like when you get soul imprints, is what I'm calling them, from like a romantic relationship, they tend to be orders of magnitude stronger than what you would get from other people. But not every romantic relationship causes these soul imprints. So why they come about, I have no idea. I think maybe it has something to do with intention and other people like putting their intention on you, which kind of like lends credence to the idea that it could be something like curses. But I really don't have enough data of why it happens to actually make a pronouncement on that. But I can fix it. Now, another layer of that, when I had started doing that work, I had thought, okay, well, maybe this is what you see on Hollywood of like, possessions and exorcisms and whatnot, because it can appear that way. It's like people react to it as though it's you, and you kind of react to them as though you're this other personality, but it's actually not sentient. But since then, I've actually had to remove in exorcism multiple demons from my clients. I actually had some on me, which is very interesting. But basically, I have a repeatable process for like exercising demons now, right? So it's not the crazy Hollywood stuff that you see. It doesn't require hours and hours of like BS religious rituals and all of that nonsense, which doesn't work. I can fix that very quickly, like everything else. Soul imprints take 5 minutes. Getting rid of a demon takes 5 minutes. Like everything takes 5 minutes, but um, it's very powerful stuff. So like the amount of stuff that I'm doing now and the type of stuff that I'm doing now is absolutely beyond the scope of what I ever imagined it would be, and it keeps expanding. Like right now I'm getting into like chakral like energy work now, and so I'll be able to very soon probably fix chakras better than anyone else ever has been able to, because I have a much better understanding of how it all pans out. So basically like my abilities keep expanding, my scope of my work keeps expanding, and basically I can heal you in a way that nobody else has ever been able to in the history of mankind, and that's absolutely true. So it really just depends on how long you want to work with me. Do you just want one thing fixed? Do you want full optimization? um you just have to make that determination yourself. But I have absolutely the most powerful methods on the planet for trauma removal, limiting belief removal, motivation, um sizing demons, clearing soul imprints. What was the other one? Fixing multiple personalities. And actually, I don't delve into the realm of psychology at all, so I'm not going to say like I cure stuff. But one of my clients had ADHD very, very badly. And one of the things that I just fixed like a couple days ago was another personality, right? And it was that other personality was the entire source of all of the symptoms of ADHD. So I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist. I can't say that they no longer have ADHD, but they have no symptoms of it. They can focus, they can do everything, and it was entirely due to that other personality being there, had nothing to do with them, right? Their memory was affected, their perception was affected, their focus was affected. All of that was because of the segmenting of the other personality, which I just fixed, and now all of that is gone. So make your own judgments on that. Now, so that was a lot of stuff. And then I have one kind of major final announcement here, since so much has happened in the last couple of months. I just launched the Initiates of the Mysteries of the Mind. And this is a project that I've been wanting to launch for quite a while. And what it basically is, it's a paid group on School. So if you're interested in it, just let me know. It's like $20 a month. And the point of the group, it targets entrepreneurs and it helps them find their purpose in life, gives them clarity, right? Because what I've found is that because my work is spiritual, if people are not aligned with their purpose, or they're not aligned with the divine or the source, or energy, or whatever you want to call it, they will not actually be able to be healed on the level that they need to be. And so the purpose of that group is to kind of preempt them working with me, and to help them align with all of this stuff, the divine plan, their purpose, and all of this stuff, so that when I actually work with them, then all of that will be in place, and then I can actually just use those forces to heal them. Whereas before, if they were resisting it, or they denied it, or things like that, they would be blocked off and not actually able to heal. So if you're interested in that group, let me know. If you don't know what your purpose is in life, if you don't have clarity, if you're an entrepreneur, and you really want to add something kind of more spiritual, more holistic to your business practices, to your entrepreneurship, definitely check that out. Like I said, just let me know. You can post a comment or something for now, until I have something more like formal setup, like a funnel. I don't have anything like that yet, but I don't even know if you could send me a DM on YouTube. I don't even know if that happens, like if you can actually send messages on YouTube. But if you can, send it and I'll find it. So yeah, basically the ultimate goal is still to heal people, but that group will help me build tools inside of you that will help you get fixed faster, right? So it's like, yeah, we can do all of that in sessions, but that's going to be like super expensive for you. So if we can build a foundation for that, then by the time we actually get into the sessions and I'm knocking out traumas and limiting beliefs, and if you have extra personalities or soul imprints, or even if demons are attached to you, that's totally fine. I can fix all of that, but that foundation really needs to be in place to make all of that possible and easy, right? So this was a lot of announcements. I just kind of like dropped all of this. It is a lot has happened. Like you probably thought I dropped off the face of the planet. I kind of did, but it was largely due to my health, and that is sort of getting better. So I'm not as invalid or decrepit as I was, a couple weeks ago, which is awesome. I'm feeling a lot better. So I'll keep making more videos. I'll start making videos about all of this new stuff that I'm doing, soul imprints, personalities. I'll start doing stuff about demons and exorcism. If you guys want to hear that, just let me know. And stay tuned for more announcements. Like just because I haven't been making videos doesn't mean I haven't been making moves, and I've been making massive moves. Like all of religion, all of science is pretty much invalidated with the work that I'm doing. So stay tuned for even bigger stuff down the road. And I'll keep adding on to it and keep working with more people and keep healing people because that's what I do. So I'm signing off for now. Once again, just let me know if you have any questions, have any ideas for content or things that you want to know. And then I'll keep putting out more videos as I feel better. All right. Thank y'all. Have a great one. Once again, I'm Jedediah Thomas, the Mind Master. And check out the Initiates of the Mysteries of the Mind. Get in touch with me however you can. All right. Bye.